Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. Here is IRA Peña for another video tutorial. If you want to know about how to make an online game using Scratch, please keep on watching. Okay, so first you have to search the website of the Scratch, wherein you just have to type in scratch.mit.edu. After you type in, you can already see the website where you can explore ideas about. If you click create, this will be the platform that will show you. After that, there will be a lot of choices for you to pick on. There are different categories. So in my case, I searched rocket ship because this is the first character that I will be incorporating in my game. After having the object, you can change the size depending on your choice. So to start off, you have to click on the events, and then you have to click with the flag one to start. So I'll be clicking next the condition if then condition, and then I'll be picking here in the sensing if the user pressed a key, and then I'll be picking here the right arrow if the user picked right arrow. Then what will happen next to the rocket ship is when the right arrow is pressed, the motion will be change X by 10. And then I will be clicking this forever loop so that it won't be only depending on the click on the flag, because it will be repeating forever. And then after that, next we can see here, if we click the flag, it will move this and this. What am I going to do again is just duplicate this and then do another one, but it will be moving to the x-axis in the negative way, so to the left. We can see here it will be moving left and then right. What am I gonna do again is to duplicate this, but now we will be having this action of up and down. So after duplicating it, I'll be changing the key pressed and the conditions, and then change X by 10, and then change X by 10 by change Y by 10, and then the other one change Y by negative 10. And now we can see here that this rocket ship can already move from left to right, up and down by just clicking or pressing the different keys. And now for my second character in the online game, I'll be clicking on their choose a sprite, and then I'll be looking for a ball as my second character or sprite. Again, I'll be clicking in events when flag is clicked to start off my conditions. I want that my ball will be going to X and then Y, and I'll be clicking my variable and then of rocket ship. I'll be duplicating it, and then same goes with the Y. It's just that I'll be changing this X position into Y position of rocket ship. And another one, I'll be picking the if then condition, and then the sensing part, or the sensing condition, wherein if the key is pressed, there will be an action. And then the action that will be needed to the rocket ship is that it will go to X, and then I'll just duplicate it. This one, X position of rocket ship, and another one, the Y position of rocket ship. And then this time, if the space is pressed, this action, the ball will be showed already. Then what will happen to the ball is that it will move 10 steps after the key space is pressed. And then I will be picking this repeat until condition for the move 10 steps for the ball. And then I'll be choosing the sensing condition of if the ball is touching the edge, then it will repeat. Okay, so repeat until touching the edge, the move 10 steps. So we will be just wrapping this shortly. We'll just duplicate this go to X function into here, and then we'll be having the hide here so that it won't show up if it's not touching the edge. So after having the full conditions for the ball and for the rocket ship, this is the action that is happening if the players are pressing the different keys in the conditions. Next off, to improve our game, another condition will be made. So click the events again when click the flag. So first we'll be picking here in the motion code if the rocket ship is pointed in direction 90 degrees. Then I'll be grabbing this if then condition, and then also the sensing condition that if the key blank is pressed, then another action will be made. And for this case, I will be picking the S condition or the S key for this condition. And then if the key S is pressed, what will happen to the rocket is it will turn into the left with 15 degrees. And here, as you can see, it is this thing, it turns into the left if the S is being pressed by the player. Of course, we also want that to happen to the right or to turning right, so we will just duplicate it and then change the variables. We will be removing the point direction because we don't need to say that twice. So and then change the key to D, and then change also the movement of the rocket wherein it will turn into the right with 15 degrees also. Now we can see the rocket ship turning left and right. And also we also want that to copy on the ball conditions, so that if the rocket ship is the key space is pressed, then the ball will be popping out at the top of the rocket. So we'll be copying it and then just change the different point in direction. For angles, we will be changing it to 0 so that it would be popping out at the top, and then duplicate it again, and then just the same thing that we did on the rocket ship. Now we can see this is the action made if the different keys is being pressed. So for the last character in my online game, I'll just click again on the sprite and then search for the bats, which I decided to add up on my game. Then I'll just be resizing it for my online game. And then again, the event condition, when I want the bat to move to X and Y, so I'll be choosing this motion. The purpose of this one is for the bat to randomly move around the rocket anywhere, just pick randomly. So I just really put there negative 220 to positive 220, and then same goes with Y. It's just that with Y I just have to have the constant baseline. I'll just put here the 135, and then I want the bat to glide, so I'll be picking here in the motion the glide for a second and then X and Y. So I'll be picking here 3 seconds and then copy the positions for X and Y. Then again, we would want to happen this action forever when the flag is being clicked. Just pick this show for the bat to move, and then the player could show it on the animation. Now you can see that the bat is already moving around the rocket ship. So after that, we will be having this another condition that if the flag is being clicked, so if the bat touches the rocket ship or the rocket ship touches the bat, then we'll be having here the action that will be made is that everything will stop. So it means it is already game over. Again, we'll be having here forever loop so that it will repeat again and again. And then another function that we want to add is that the score. So if the rocket ship hit the bat, then it will add up into the score. So to do that, here is the function, or these are the functions that will be used. So now that I already added my variable as the score, now I'll be clicking this set my variable to 0 so that at the start of the game, it will all reset to 0. And then I'll be adding here the if then condition that if the bat is touching the rocket ship, then, or the ball, I mean, if it touches the ball, then it will add up to the score. We want this to happen forever, so we'll be adding the forever loop. So as you can see, if the rocket ship or the ball touches the bat, then it adds up in the score at the upper left of the corner of the game. That's basically it, but to customize our game, let's add up more sounds for it to be more interesting. Search the button of the sound and then just pick any sound here that will be appropriate for your game, for the background and for the sound effects. And then another one, if I would like to add up the sound whenever the ball touches the bat, so I'll just be picking kind of sound effect and then add up into the functions in here, wherein I'll choose the function of start sound of poo, and then yeah, you could already hear the sound when the ball is hitting the bat. Just be clicking here the flag so that at the start of the game it will already play. So here we'll have we'll just put it repeat until done. So if until the game is over, unless the game is over, the sound wouldn't stop at all. So forever loop again, and then gonna get to the whole block to function in the game or the animation. If I wanted to add more aesthetically pleasing on the game, so I would like to add the background or the backdrop. So I would like to pick the space theme, and then this will be the result of this one. It all about Scratch and how to make online games using the different functions and everything. And you just have, at the end of this, you want to save your creation, and then you just have to click here the file and then rename your program or game, and then save it, and then you can see it already in your library or in your site, in your account. So anytime you can edit it and you can share it to your friends. And I hope you guys really learned a lot from this video. Again, this is a video tutorial of how to make an online game using Scratch. This is IRA Peña, batch 2019 and 2020, 11 STEM 1 represent.